You have washed that same load of towels 3 times this week. You added extra detergent. You ran the hot cycle. You even bought new towels. And inside of 2 weeks, the new ones picked up the same damp, musty funk the old ones had. So tonight you are standing in the laundry room wondering what you keep doing wrong. You are not doing anything wrong. The machine itself is the dirtiest thing in that room, and it is reseating every load you run through it. The fix costs about $1 at any drugstore. I'm going to show you where the funk actually lives, how to burn it out with a plain brown bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and a smell test that tells you which part of the machine is guilty. And stay for the end, because there is a storage mistake that quietly turns that brown bottle into plain water, and nearly everybody makes it. I have spent 35 years as a master plumber, and washing machines sit right on the border of my trade, close enough that I have been called out for 100 mystery smells that started in the laundry room. So come stand next to the machine with me for a minute, because I want to give you the tour nobody gives you on delivery day. Start at the door. On a front loader, the door seals against a thick rubber ring called the boot, and the boot has deep folds in it. Peel one back and you will find standing water, lint, and black-spotted mold living in there like it pays rent. Move up to the detergent drawer. Pull it out an inch and look at the slime coating the back of it, gray and slick, like something you would scrape off a boat hull. Now the drum itself. It looks like clean stainless steel, but the drum and the sealed shell around it, which the trade calls the outer tub, were an invisible coating called biofilm. Biofilm is bacteria plus the slime blanket the bacteria build to protect themselves, the same idea of plaque on your teeth. And finally, the drain hose behind the machine, which carries out everything the wash flushes loose and grows its own colony along the way. Warm, dark, damp, and fed a steady diet of detergent residue, fabric softener, skin oils, and lint. A washing machine is a greenhouse for this stuff, and a front loader is the worst offender of all, because that airtight door never lets it dry out. That is the enemy. Now the weapon. The weapon is 3% hydrogen peroxide, the plain brown bottle from the first aid aisle. About $1, maybe $1.50 for the big one. Peroxide is an oxidizer, which in plain English means it attacks living gunk at the surface, rips the mold colonies and their slime blanket apart, and then falls apart itself into nothing but water and oxygen. That white fizz you see when it hits something organic is the oxygen escaping. The fizz is the sound of it working. Now I know what half of you are thinking, because bleach is sitting right there on the shelf, and bleach is the family hammer for anything gross. Bleach does kill mold, but for this job, peroxide beats it 3 different ways, and the third way is the expensive one. First, residue. Chlorine bleach leaves chlorine behind in the drum and the outer tub, and that residue sits there waiting to meet your next load of clothes and whatever detergent comes with it. Peroxide leaves water. Nothing you need to chase with an extra rinse. Nothing touching the baby clothes. Second, fumes. Run a hot bleach cycle in a closet-sized laundry room and tell me how your eyes feel. Peroxide has no fumes worth mentioning, which matters when the washer lives in a hallway closet right next to the bedrooms. Third, and this is the money one, rubber. Chlorine slowly embrittles rubber. Every heavy bleach cycle stiffens that door, boot a little more, until one day the folds crack and tear, and a boot replacement runs $150 to $250 once parts and labor are on the ticket. I have looked at torn boots that were killed by the cleaning routine, not by the laundry. Peroxide at 3% is far gentler on that rubber, which means you can run it monthly for years without buying the machine a new gasket. Bleach still has a place for a machine that has been badly neglected, one nuclear cycle to knock down years of growth. For everything after that, the brown bottle is the better tool. And one more thing about that first aid aisle. The fancy laundry jugs labeled oxygen safe or color safe run on the same oxygen chemistry you are buying for $1, dressed up in brighter plastic at 5 or 6 times the price. The chemistry does not care about the label. So grab the bottle and let me walk you through the front loader treatment, because it is 3 steps and the order matters. Step 1. The boot. Open the door, peel back the rubber folds, and wipe straight 3% peroxide into them with a soaked rag. Do not rinse it right off. Let it sit 10 to 15 minutes because a quick wipe only tickles the colony, and the soak time is what kills it down in the root layer. If the black is heavy, soak paper towels in peroxide and lay them right into the fold like a poultice. Then come back in 15 minutes and wipe everything out with a dry rag. Step 2. The detergent drawer. Nearly every drawer has a release tab, usually a colored tongue you press down while you pull, and the whole drawer slides out of the machine. Drop it in the kitchen sink, cover it with hot water and a generous glug of peroxide, and let it soak while the boot is soaking. Then scrub the corners with an old toothbrush, and before you slide it back in, you reach into the empty drawer cavity with a peroxide-soaked rag and wipe the roof of it, because slime grows up in there where you never look. Step 3. The drum. Pour 2 cups of peroxide straight into the empty drum, no clothes, no detergent, and run the hottest, longest cycle your machine offers. The hot water carries the peroxide through the drum, through the outer tub where the water actually sits, and out through the whole drain path behind the machine. If your machine has a cycle labeled Tub Clean or Sanitize, use that one, since it runs hotter and longer than a normal wash. And if a load of laundry is going in right afterward, run one empty rinse first so the towels do not ride through the leftovers. While that cycle runs, the machine is doing the scrubbing you could never reach with your arm. Do the full routine once a month. Hands-on time is about 20 minutes, and the treatment costs about $1. That is the complete front loader cure. Boot, drawer, drum. Once a month, top to bottom, for the price of a candy bar. Quick pause. If you like fixes like this one, my ebook 50 Easy Plumbing. Fixes that will save you $10,000 walks you through 50 of them, step by step, each one a Saturday job you can knock out with basic tools. It also shows you when a quote is padded and when a repair is safely yours to handle. The link is in the description. Now walk with me over to the top loader, because plenty of you are standing next to one of those instead. A top loader has no door boot to speak of, and the lid does not seal airtight, so it dries out between loads and grows a lot less visible mold. Do not let that fool you into thinking it is clean. The drum and the outer tub underneath still wear the same biofilm coat, and the musty smell can get every bit as bad. The treatment is even simpler. Pour 2 cups of 3% peroxide into the empty basket, set the hottest water, the largest load size, and run a full cycle with nothing else in the machine. If your top loader is an older model with a fabric softener cup riding on top of the agitator, the center post that churns the clothes, pop that cup off and let it soak in the sink, because it hides the same gray slime the front loader keeps in its drawer. Same schedule, once a month, same dollar. And with either machine, the monthly cycle is the easy part. The part that actually saves you a service call is knowing how to read the smell. And that is where we go next. Before you ever spend a dime on a repair visit, put your nose to work, because the smell itself tells you where the problem lives. There are 2 smells, and they point at 2 different parts of the system. The first is the musty one, damp towels, old gym bag, that sour laundry funk. Musty means biofilm on the wash side of the machine, the drum, the outer tub, the boot, the drawer. The routine you just learned is the cure, and the monthly schedule keeps it cured. The second smell is different, and you will know it the moment you catch it. Rotten, sulfur, old eggs, a whiff of sewage when the machine drains. Rotten does not mean the drum. Rotten means the drain side, the drain hose behind the machine, and the standpipe it empties into. The standpipe is the open vertical pipe sticking out of the wall or floor behind the washer, the one the drain hose hooks over. That hose and that pipe swallow everything the machine flushes out, and they grow a colony of their own down where you never see it. The fix takes 2 minutes. Pull the machine forward enough to reach, lift the drain hose out of the standpipe, and pour 2 or 3 cups of peroxide straight down the standpipe itself. Let it fizz and sit. While you are back there, one more check. Below that standpipe is a P-trap, the curved bend of pipe that holds a plug of water to block sewer gas from rising into the house. If a washer sits unused for a few weeks, that water plug can evaporate, and then you are smelling the sewer itself. Pour a quart of plain water down the standpipe, and the plug is restored. Now the money part. An appliance tech will happily come out, sniff around the laundry room, and hand you a bill of $100 to $150 for what the invoice calls a diagnostic visit. I have seen how those visits end. They end with the tech telling you exactly what you just learned for free. Now for the problems people run into, because I would rather you hear them from me than find them the hard way. Problem 1, the smell comes back inside of 2 weeks. 9 times out of 10, the cause is detergent, specifically too much of it. Modern machines want HE detergent, which stands for high efficiency, a low suds formula built for machines that use very little water. The cap on the jug is marked like a measuring cup and it tempts you to fill it, but a normal load needs about 2 tablespoons. Everything beyond that does not rinse away. It clings to the drum and the outer tub as residue, and residue is the buffet the biofilm feeds on. Cut the dose in half and watch the monthly routine finally start holding. Problem 2, black marks on the boot that will not wipe off no matter what. Press on the rubber and judge it honestly. If the rubber is still soft and flexible, the colony is dead, and what is left is a stain. Cosmetic, harmless, permanent. Live with it. If the rubber has gone stiff, or the folds are cracking and tearing, cleaning is over and you are into replacement territory. The $150 to $250 job I mentioned, though the part alone runs $40 to $80 if you are handy enough to do the swap yourself. Problem 3, you cleaned everything and the must is still hanging around. Look low on the front panel for a small access door. Behind it is the pump filter, sometimes called the coin trap, a screw-out cup that catches coins, lint, and the occasional missing sock. It sits full of stagnant gray water. Lay down a towel, set a shallow pan under it, open it slowly, and clean it out. Half the mystery smells I get asked about end right there. Once the machine is clean, 3 cheap habits keep it that way, and all 3 together cost less than the peroxide. Habit 1. Leave the door cracked between loads. A front loader with the door latched is a sealed greenhouse, and the drawer counts too, so leave that open an inch as well. If small kids or curious pets make a wide-open washer door a bad idea, a magnetic door prop holds it open just a crack for a few dollars. Habit 2. Wipe the boot folds dry once a week. 10 seconds with the towel you just pulled out of the machine, right before it lands in the hamper. Dry rubber grows nothing. Habit 3. Dose like the machine asks, not like the cap suggests. 2 tablespoons of HE detergent for a normal load, and go easy on liquid fabric softener, because softener is rich food for the slime layer. If you love soft towels, a set of wool dryer balls gives you the softness without the residue. Stack those 3 habits under the monthly peroxide cycle, and you move from rescue missions to plain maintenance, the same way flossing beats a root canal. 2 cautions before you start pouring, and the first one is not negotiable. Never put peroxide and chlorine bleach in the same cycle, and never run one right behind the other without an empty rinse in between. The 2 chemicals cancel each other out at best, and at worst they make an irritating mess in a closed room. Pick 1 cleaner per day and let the machine rinse fully before you ever switch. And then the honest limits, because I promised you the stuff the brochures leave out. Peroxide is the gentle tool. A machine that has been neglected for years with heavy black growth deep in the boot may need 2 or 3 monthly treatments before the smell fully gives up and stains may outlive the mold that made them. Peroxide will not fix a torn boot. It will not fix a drain hose kinked flat against the wall. And it will not fix a sewer problem on the far side of the P-trap. Those are parts in plumbing, not cleaning. What peroxide will do is strip the living layer out of a machine that still has good bones for about $1 a month without shortening the life of a single gasket. So keep the decision tree simple enough to run while you stand in the laundry room. If the towels smell musty, run the full treatment this weekend, boot, drawer, drum, then hold the monthly schedule. If the smell is rotten, go straight to the standpipe with the peroxide and give the trap its quart of water. If the black marks wipe away or the rubber stays soft, you are winning. Stay the course. If the boot is stiff, cracked, or torn, stop scrubbing and price the replacement. $150 to $250 at a shop, $40 to $80 in parts if you do the swap. And if you have run 2 complete rounds of everything in this video and the smell still survives, then a service call is finally honest money, because you have already ruled out everything a tech would try first, and you can say so out loud when they quote the diagnostic fee. Walking in with that list has gotten more than one homeowner a straight answer and a smaller bill. And now the bonus I promised you at the top, because it decides whether any of this works at all. Hydrogen peroxide dies in the light. Ultraviolet light breaks it down, and what it breaks down into is plain water, which is why the stuff is sold in that brown bottle in the first place. The bottle is the armor. Keep it in the brown bottle, cap it tight, and store it somewhere dark, like a cabinet, never on a sunny windowsill. And if you decanted some into a clear spray bottle last spring, I have news about what you have been spraying. Water. So run a 10-second freshness test. Pour a splash on a slice of raw potato. A potato is loaded with an enzyme that makes live peroxide foam up white almost instantly. Strong foam means a strong bottle. If it just sits there glistening, the bottle is dead. Pour it out and spend $1 on a fresh one. Write the date on the cap when you open it and figure roughly 6 months of full strength once air gets in. Cheap insurance for a cheap cure. So no, it was never the towels. It was the machine. And now the machine answers to you for about $1 a month and 20 minutes of your Saturday. One last thing. 50 easy plumbing fixes that will save you. $10,000 is built to keep paying you back for as long as you own the house. Thousands of dollars in service calls you never have to make. Grab your copy through the link in the description. And subscribe to the Mark Silverbridge channel for more honest, no-nonsense plumbing fixes that keep your money in your pocket.